There is a process to everything. And in Tech Mentorship series today, I want to show you how you can become a tech professional. I didn't just get here as a tech professional. I have over 20 years of experience. And this has been as a result of the numerous challenges I've encountered, the numerous strategies I've put in place, and everything that has cumulated to how I became a tech professional. Remembering the first job I got in 2008, and here we are in 2025. And since ever then, I have always been in the industry. So how do you become a tech professional? Because many persons just think you wake up one morning and decide that you are a tech professional. There are processes, there are strategies, there are things you need to know, there are things you need to understand, because every industry has its prerequisites. And today I want to show you those prerequisites that you need to know, things you need to know, information you need to have for you to become that tech professional as an aspiring tech professional. So what are the things that you need to know for you to become a tech professional? The first thing you need to know is what? Is to know the industry. You're going into an industry. The industry didn't just come up. The industry has been existing. There are a whole lot of information that the industry has. You need to know what is in the industry. What are the information that you need to know in the industry? The first thing you need to know is what? Know the tech domains. So what are the tech domains? The tech domains are largely the functionality or the operationalization of the tech industry. And there are largely 4 domains in tech. So we'll be looking at the domains one after the other, starting with the innovation domain. The innovation domain is the domain that creates. This is the domain where people come to birth things. This is the domain where people come, this is the domain that creative thinkers comes to play. This is the domain that has to do with, it's just as if you want to build a house now. If you want to build a house, the first thing you want to do is to what? Is to always involve an architect. The architect will do what? The architect will design the house. The architect is always the one that designs the house. The architect is always the one that conceptualizes the design. How the front view of the building would look like, how the back view would look like, how the interior is going to look like. So this is largely the same role that those that would want to function in the innovation domain of tech will come to play. They are the architect. They are the security architect. They are the software architect. They are the information technology architect. There are those that largely want to come and design how every other domain would work. So those in the innovation domain wants to not just design, but they wants to put perspective to every other domain, give roles to every other domain, because in the innovation domain, that is where you get a whole lot of conceptualization. That's where you get the betting of new industry. That's where you get the betting of other sub-career path. So the innovation domain is the first thing you need to know. You need to know what exactly the innovation domain holds. What are the things you need to possess for you to function in the innovation in the tech innovation domain? Because, like I said, even in my last episode, for you to be able to function effectively, you need to understand the soft skills. So innovation domain has a soft skill, and for you to function there, it's quite important that you have some form of creative intelligence. But the innovation domain is one. The second domain you need to take note of, or you need to have a proper understanding on, is the development domain. Just like you going back to my building design or building example. After the architect has done his bid, after the architect has done the whole design and all of that, there are those that are responsible for erecting a physical structure of that design. So, and who are those? Those are the engineers. You call the engineers. Those are largely called the developers. They are the ones that would now bring life to the design that has been designed by the architect. And we have them in tech also. And those are the developers. Those that function in the development domain. Anything that has to do with you bringing to life the concept of those that have imagined. I have imagined how to build an application now. I have the conceptualized document. I have everything because I I've innovated, I've conceptualized it. Now I would need to transfer that idea as it has been innovated into the hands of those that will function in the development domain. Usually you find the development domain, they are largely the engineers, they are the developers, they are the builders, those that want to build things, those that want to build web applications, those that want to build software applications, desktop applications. Even the engineer, like the network engineers, they are in the engineering domain. Anything engineering, software engineering, network engineering, telecoms engineering, they're all in the engineering domain. Then you also need to know about the third domain in tech, which is the security domain. Now, everything needs to be protected. Everything needs to be protected, whether it is the car you bought, whether it is the house you are building, whatsoever thing you have needs protection. And that also includes the tech industry. There is need for us to do what, to protect the tech industry, and protecting it are those in the security domain. And these are the persons that protect. These are the persons that design systems and measures in place to ensure that the building that has been built, or the application that has been built is secure. They want to ensure that the network that has been built is secure. They want to ensure that the software applications that have been built, the web applications that have been built, they are all secure. So those those that function in the security domain largely are cybersecurity professionals. But yeah, we'll get to that. The fourth domain you need to know is the management domain. For anything to grow, it needs to be managed. For anything to be sustained, it needs to be managed. So why do you need those in the management domain? We need them to be able to manage the infrastructure, to manage the application. This is where web administrator comes to play, network administrators come to play. What's it called? Help desk support, they come to play. They are there to largely manage all that has been built. So you have the security domain, and you have it starts with the creation, the innovation domain, and largely the innovation domain creates. The development domain, they build. Those in the security domain, they protect. Those in the management domain, they manage. So these are the four domains that largely operate in tech. You can further combine some of these domains together for you to form a service, largely, because service is the combination of multiple products. You can combine these domains together to form a service, but effectual domains in tech are innovation domain, development domain, security domain, and the management domain. These are the four domains that exist in tech. But yeah, that's not the only thing you need to know. The first thing you need to know are the domains that are in tech. The next thing you need to know are the tech roles. The next thing you need to know are the tech career path, because everything the next thing you need to know are the opportunities in tech. Yeah. You can't just go in. The reason why many persons are going into tech is because there are a whole lot of opportunities there. So what are the opportunities that you can find in tech? Because you need to explore those opportunities. The opportunities can be demanded, but yeah, there are times where you would, from your view, have an understanding of what is needed and see how you can have an understanding of what is needed, which is an opportunity for you to explore. And by exploring, you are able to create something powerful for yourself. So what are the opportunities that are in tech as a tech enthusiast? So the first thing in tech, the first opportunity that you have in tech is that tech is an industry that gives you the opportunity to grow to become a leader. In tech, you can grow to become a leader, because imagine me having to be here standing in front of you and giving you ideas on how you can become a tech professional without having to have attained that state of being a tech leader. Having several years of experience working with different national and international organizations, serving as tech professionals, serving as network support, serving as network support engineer, serving as network IT manager, starting as head of IT infrastructures, owning my own company, growing my training firm. All these are what cumulated me, or all these experiences are what I have cumulated together to become a tech leader. So I can't just stand and say I'm a tech leader. You need to first have an understanding that, yeah, there is a growth process to tech, and it's an opportunity that you can explore. Not all industry gives you that process, because for example, now as one who's a practicing lawyer, the difference between an entry-level lawyer who has been called to bar and an experienced lawyer who has also been called to bar is the years of experience. But in tech, that's not usually the case. In most cases, that's not the case, because the difference between an experienced tech professional and an entry-level tech professional is that experienced tech professional has not just functioned in one domain. You find out that he probably started as an help desk support. Then from there, he switched into becoming an IT manager. And being an help desk support, your role is largely analytical. But when when you get into the role of being an IT manager, it's not just analytical. Now you have to learn people's skill. Now you have to begin to manage people. Now you have to begin to manage infrastructure. Then you find out that same IT manager has grown to where he becomes a project manager. In this case, now it's a completely different field. So being a tech leader is not just you being able to specialize in one field and hold on to that field as a birthright, because you have to grow, you have to transit other fields, other domains, other areas in tech. So the first opportunity in tech is that it gives you the leverage and the ability and the opportunity for you to grow. You can start as a tech professional and as a tech enthusiast, and in 5, 6, 7, 10 years, you can become not just a tech professional but a tech leader. And how? By what? By transiting from one field and one domain and one career path to another. Because every career path in tech has a prerequisite knowledge. Every career path in tech has a standard knowledge. So for you to be an help desk support, it is expected for you to have the ITEL certification. But that may not be required for you to be, let's say, for you to be a web developer. You may not require that for you to be a web developer, because web development requires its own knowledge. But you can transit from being an help desk to a web developer. That's the kind of opportunity that are available in tech. So the second opportunity that is available in tech is that tech is the only industry that gives you the opportunity to be innovative and launch your own product. So you can actually launch your product by yourself. We've seen those who just acquire the skill of web development, who just acquire the skill of software development, and before you know what's happening, they've designed an application, they've designed a web application, and immediately they are selling it. They didn't work for anybody. They didn't have the opportunity to learn under any person. They just develop an application, a product, and they are selling. And today the product is a global product. For example, Facebook just learned web development in school, had to drop out because he needed to focus on it. That's the kind of opportunities you find in tech, where you have the opportunity to learn a skill and immediately you are innovative enough to launch a product and start selling. That automatically makes you to be what? To be a startup. Yeah, to be a startup. So tech is that kind of industry, and you need to understand that this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to come learn a skill. After learning the skill, the next thing you want to do is what? You want to launch and start selling the product, or you want to design a product that enables you to design a product, and getting a product to the market would need to pass through all the necessary stages of innovating the product, which is conceptualizing the product, developing the product, which is making the product tangible and people can make use of it, then managing the product, which is the process of management, then ensuring that the product has security all built in. So these are how you can bring a product to the market. But that's the second opportunity that is in tech. The third opportunity that you can find in tech is the opportunity for you to build a client-based system. And what that invariably means is, why the innovation opportunity would enable you to build a product. If the innovation opportunity enables you to build a product and launch the product to the market, you can actually be in tech and you're also getting your services. You're also out. You're a freelancer. And being a freelancer would mean that you are focused largely on clients, not product. You have a service that you offer, you have a service that you render. So you can be working for XYZ organization and as full time, but you still have your profile on Fiverr, you have your profile on Upwork, you have your profile on Freelancer, and you are getting more jobs. So while you are doing your full-time job, you still have the opportunity to build more clients. And as you're getting more jobs, you're getting more clients at the back at your off peak period or when you're out of the work space environment. So tech gives you that opportunity for you to not just work for somebody, but also while working for somebody, you are also working for another person, and both of them would not have any conflict of interest whatsoever. So it's an opportunity for you to, while you have the opportunity to innovate and bet product and ensure that that product becomes tangible, that is meet for market use. You can also have an opportunity to begin to offer services that enables you to 10x your income, because one source of income is usually not the best in this time and age. So it's good you have multiple sources of income, and tech gives you that opportunity. In fact, because of the whole of the AI coming on board now, we're going to begin to, one of the challenges with one of the opportunity we can explore in the coming of AI is that things are going to, the definition of work is going to change. We're going to begin to see more short-term work as against full-term work. So jobs and work is going to be redefined by not the numbers of hours you spend working for an organization, but the numbers of hours you are contracted to work for the organization, because everything is going to be on contract, everything is going to be short-term basis, everything is going to be quality focused, and that's one thing with AI, and we need to have an understanding of that. So the first thing is that it gives you an opportunity to grow to become a leader. The second thing is that it gives you an opportunity to innovate a product and launch it to the market. The third thing is that it gives you an opportunity to build your client base while working full-time, and also being able, on the long run, being able to start your own company as a service company. And the fourth reason is that it gives you an opportunity to contribute to the community. The first opportunity you get in tech is the opportunity to contribute to the tech community. It's not everybody that wants to launch a product. It's not everybody that wants to offer services. It's not everybody that wants to grow the cadre or to become a tech leader. There are people who want to be advocates. There are people who want to contribute to the industry by advocating on policies, by identifying problems within the industry and solving it via advocacy. So this is the fourth opportunity that exists for you as a tech professional. There are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of problems in the industry that you can solve and advocate on. There are countries that have not developed cybersecurity policies. There are countries that don't have the digital literacy framework. There are countries that don't have AI governance framework. These are opportunities that you can leverage on. You can decide to design a framework. You can decide, there are a lot of framework that is needed. There are framework that can be built upon. The current framework we have on risk management, if it does not include AI risk, the framework is obsolete. So you need to begin to look at the opportunity, the possibility of building and advocating and contributing by supporting the community, the tech community. And this you can do by having to be a voice that supports the industry. So these are the four different opportunities that you would have in tech. So it's not everything that has to do with career. It's not everything that has to do with being a tech leader, you can start by what? You can decide to go that route, that you want to become a tech leader, where you want to grow the ranks to become a tech leader or a tech professional. You can start that, you know what, I want to learn this skill or whatever hard technical skills I need to learn so that I can launch an innovative product into the market. You can decide that I want to start gathering clients by offering my services to clients so that I can what? I can start a service company and you can decide to support the community. And these are the 4 opportunities that we have in tech. So after you've been able to know the domains in tech, you now know the opportunities that exist. The third thing you want to know is know the career path. For example, this particular video is largely for those who want to become tech professionals. So not those who want to become tech leaders, because there is a strategy and a plan for you to become a tech leader. But for you to become a tech professional, the first thing is to know the industry, have an understanding about of the industry, know the tech domain. After knowing the tech domain, know the opportunities that exist within the tech domain. The next thing you want to do is to know the career path that exists. Everybody, majority of the persons that graduate from medical schools are called doctor. They are called doctors not because they are all, you can have doctor in this, doctor in this, they have specialization. So you need to know the path you want to go. Someone that is going into medical school, he probably has an idea, okay, I want to become a surgeon. So I want to go there to learn how to carry out surgical operation. I want to become an optician. You go there to learn it. I want to become a dentist. You go there to learn it. So there are paths that exist there are career paths that also exist in tech. So you need to know this career path. And yeah, I'm going to give you 6 of those career paths in tech. So the first career path in tech that you need to know is that there is a career path known as the security career path. This is largely cyber security. This is the path where that the cybersecurity professionals, which cumulate both analysts, architects, engineers, because there are cybersecurity engineers, there are cybersecurity architects. We will be getting to the roles, but the cybersecurity professionals are largely aimed at ensuring they function majorly in the security domain, and their goal is to ensure that every infrastructure is secured, every application is secured, every innovation that has been built in or that is being built is secured. The cybersecurity career roles, the career path is not the role. You need to understand that you can start to function in a particular career path, and you can also transit to other career paths. You are not particularly mandated to function in one career path, and that's one of the advantage of tech. I started as a management professional, IT manager. I was in the IT management. Then I switched from being in the management to being a cybersecurity professional. So you can actually switch career path. But yeah, we have the security career path, and they are responsible for ensuring that every infrastructure, every application, and every system, process, technology are secured as long as tech is concerned. Then we have the communication career path. Now, the communication career path, this is the path that ensures that entities and people, infrastructures can communicate with each other, whether it is people being able to communicate with each other or computers being able to communicate with each other, is largely the part that defines and designs the communication systems, like your telecom mast. They are all under the tech industry. Those that design and configure telecom networks, those that could design and configure corporate networks where computers can speak to each other, humans can speak to each other from wherever they are in any part of the world. The internet was designed by those in this career path, because the internet is an interconnection of systems globally, and that is the functionality of those within the communications, the network and communications career path. Then we have those in the software career path. These are those that want to develop applications. These are those that they are largely those that they are not those that bet, they are those that build. Because those that bet are majorly innovators. And innovation is not, the innovation in tech is not a career path. Because anybody that has critical thinking skill, anybody that has problem solving skills, creative intelligence skills, majorly creative intelligence skills, they should be able to innovate. Innovation is all about thinking and how you can combine two multiple resources, two or more multiple resources to produce an expected outcome. You being able to use raw materials, for example, it's innovative that you use wood or stem, which are wood, to build chairs. It's all about innovation. From cotton, we have clothes. It's innovation. So it's all about combining multiple resources together to build a new resource. That's innovation. So anybody can do that, but those who do that are those that has the creative intelligence. If you have creative intelligence, you should be able to innovate. And for most persons, they only innovate on existing solutions or existing products. So the software development, that is where we have those that develop that develop desktop applications that run on a computer system, those that develop mobile applications that run on mobile applications, those on mobile phones, those that develop blockchain applications that run on blockchain technology, those that develop AI applications. There's AI application, application that runs with AI models. So these are different areas of building. These are different areas where things are being built, because it has been innovation. It starts with innovation, but what brings that innovation into an minimum viable product, MVP, is are largely those in the software domain, and they are typically the developers. So you can call them either the development career path, or you call it the software career path, because all they do is that they create applications, whatsoever applications that runs on Internet of Things applications, blockchain applications, AI applications, mobile applications, web applications, desktop applications. They are all under the software or developer's career path. Then the next career path you need to take note of is the creative technology. Yeah, creative technology is a career path, and creative technology are not usually, they work with creative intelligence, but that's not all. It's not really, it's not typically about creative. It's not typically about the intelligence in creating things now, but the intelligence in designing. Because for you to function in creative intelligence, for you to function in creative technology, you should be willing to be able to create things. And it's not just things, you create designs. Those that function in creative technology are typically your graphic designers. Those that function in creative technology are largely your video editors, your animators, all those that has to do with graphics, all those that has to do with animation, all those that function, that want to create emotions within those, from great emotion in those that are watching the product or the designs that they have made. What's it called? Artists also falls under this, because when we are seeing that artists are now moving towards tech, art tech, but it's fine. So the creative technology, the designers, the graphic designers, the video editors, the animators, the 3D models. Those are model 2 and 3D. These are different aspects of the creative technology career path. And you can start to go into that path and say, you know what I want to do is I need to learn how I can create things. These are also product designers. Product designers fall under this career path. You want to design products. You want to be able to give an emotional You want to be able to bet emotions from those that view that which you have designed. Yeah, you have to go into creative technology. And creative technology, like I said, product designers, graphic designers, and whatsoever designers that we think. So the next and final career path that you should know is the data career path. Now, this is the newest in all, because data has always been something, but now we are coming to a stage whereby we realize that data is not just anything. Data is the foundation to everything that we are currently experiencing, starting from the kind of decisions we make in our organization. It should be data driven. The kind of model that we train in AI, it needs data. The kind of analytical the kind of tools we need to be able to identify certain security incidents as a cybersecurity professional. You need data. Everything we're doing now is all about data. And this is why data is now becoming a career path. Because in data, there are a whole lot of career paths. You can decide to say, you know what, I want to be among those that are collecting data. That is an industry, that is a path on its own. You collect data. Then you want to be among those that want to analyze data. That is a path on its own. That's a role on its own. You analyze data. You want to be among those that clean data. So there is a process to this whole data thing. And we need to begin to look at that, we need to begin to know that as long as AI is concerned, without data, AI is useless. Yes, without data, you can't train an AI, because for you to be able to train an AI, there is a need for you to have a data. There is a need for you to have data. There is a need for you to have developers. Then the developers develop the algorithm. The data is used. The data is used to the learning algorithm that's been designed by the data. The data that has been designed by the developers is now integrated into data, and that data is what trained the model that we use, the ChatGPT, the DeepSeek, and all those models that currently exist. So without data, all you just have are algorithms, and algorithms don't make much. They don't do much. They are just like your regular applications that you have developed. So these are the 6 career paths that exist: security, communications, network and communications, development or software, which further has AI, blockchain, mobile applications, web applications, Internet of Things applications, cloud applications, and all of that. Then we now have the creative technology, where you have graphic designers, product designers, video editors, and all of that. Then we have the data industry, or the data career path, where we have data analysts, data scientists, data collector, data transformers, and all of that. So these are the career path that we have now. But this is not all, because there is still all this falls under things you need to know. Because this is the first thing you need to do when you want to become a tech professional. The first thing you need to do is to know the industry. So these are the things you are expected to know in the industry. So the fourth thing you are expected to know in the fourth thing. So the fourth thing you are expected to know in the industry is the roles that are available in those career paths. All those career paths have different roles. In tech, there are different roles. Majority of those career paths, I'm going to be giving you the roles that aligns with those career paths. So in tech, we have seven different career paths. 7 different career paths. So let's look at this career path one after the other. The first and major, this is usually the entry level career path in every industry, in every aspect of tech, in every career. This is largely the entry level role in the entry level role in different tech career path, and that is the specialist role. So as a software developer, you are largely a specialist in a programming language. As a graphic designer, you are typically a specialist in a particular graphic design tools. As a security professional, in most cases, you find out that you are a specialist in a particular area of in a particular area of cybersecurity. So the specialist role are usually those that go and specialize in. So within the industry, within the domains, within the particular career path, they pick one aspect of that career path and they specialize in it. That's usually the specialist role. So you want to go into the product design industry, the product, you want to go into the creative technology, for example. You go and you pick product design. That's what you want to do. And how you become a product designer is by specializing on how to use Figma, or you decide to specialize on how to use Adobe, or you specialize on how to use Sketch. So these are different product design tools. So you can specialize in one. When you do that, you're largely a specialist. So that is the first and the entry. Specialist is usually the entry level, and I usually recommend that for most of my mentees. That pick a field to specialize on. Specialize in a field, then you can grow from there, because it is after you've specialized that people know you to be a specialist in that, in a particular tool, a particular application, a particular programming language. You can say, you know what, I think it's time for me to improve. It's time for me to grow. At this point, you want to now grow to become something else. You want to move role. You want to translate role. But that doesn't mean that specialist role becomes a foundational knowledge needed for you to transit. That doesn't mean that you would not need to acquire additional knowledge in the role, the next role you're going to focus on. So the specialist role are largely those that pick a particular tool, they pick a particular programming language, they pick a particular system, a particular process, they pick a particular operating system, they pick a particular configuration system, and they specialize on that. That is what they do. Just specialize on that. So that is the specialist role, and that role is usually the entry level role in tech. So the next role you want to look at in tech are what's considered to be the analyst role. So the analyst role are those that they are largely, like I said in my last series video, the analysts are critical thinkers and problem solvers, but they solve problems that already exist using workable patterns to be able to find the problems. And what an analyst does is they find the cause of a problem. By finding the cause of a problem, they are able to solve the problem. By finding the cause, they have solved the problem. Because once you are able to identify the cause, you are able to correct it, and the problem has been resolved. So the analyst roles are largely those that they analyze things, they analyze existing solutions, they analyze problems and find causes to problems. Security analysts, what they do, they are finding security problems, security incidents, security events. That's what they do generally. So we have the IT analyst, we have the security analyst, we have the data analyst, they are all analytical roles. So the analytical roles, I am a core analyst. I started as a core analyst. It's something that I believe I was God-given. I know how to analyze things. That's the reason analysts are usually people that teach themselves things. It's easier for an analyst to teach himself. So if you find yourself in a situation whereby you can't teach yourself, you may not, it's possible that you don't possess analytical skills, because for you to be able to teach yourself, you have to first analyze all that you have heard, begin to query it and question it logically before you accept a concept and send that concept to your subconscious. And that's how you learn. Every knowledge that is usually at the surface value has not been learned, because knowledge needs to go from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. But that's not what we are treating today. We're looking at analytical roles as a tech role that one can specialize on or one can progress to. So you progress to analytical role when you possess analytical skills. So now you can decide that, you know what, I want to function in the security career path. So in the security career path, okay, what role am I picking in security? I'm picking the analyst role because I have analytical thinking, or I am an analyst by core, by birth, and there are different levels to some of these skills. There is what's called the first degree, second degree. There is first degree skill holder. There is second degree skill holder. There is third degree skill holder. So you need to know which of it. The first degree skill holder are those that are born with that skill. There are people who are naturally born to be analysts by default, without them being taught, without them having to pass through something. They just find themselves to be analysts. The second degree skill holder are those who they were not born into analysts, into becoming analysts, but they were able to acquire their analytical skill before their formative age as a child. Usually, those children that were very good, or that does something that helps them build their analytical skill. So before they are age 10, they've been able to possess that skill. Then the third degree skill holders are those who after their formative age, they decided that, you know what, this skill, I need this skill, I need to acquire this skill. Then intentionally they look for something that helps them build this skill, because soft skills in truth can be built. Then the first degree skill holders are those who just acquire the foundational knowledge for them to have the soft skills, but they've not been able to use those soft skills for them to master it just the way the third degree skill holders have mastered it. Now, there's a difference between you being the first and the second degree, you being first and second degree soft skill holder, and you being a third degree soft skill holder. You hardly differentiate which of them somebody is, whether the person is first degree, second degree, or third degree. What helps you to differentiate them the gap period, the period where they are not using those skills. So if a third degree skill holder stop using that particular skill for 1 year, for him to be able to now use it after 1 year, we need to go and refresh his memory. He needs to do something that will bring forth that energy for him to be able to put that skill to use. But for a first and second degree skill holders, that's not the case. Any day, anytime you wake them, they are always, whether they've stopped using it for 7 years, they've stopped using it for 10 years, the day they want to use it, it is as though that they've been using it. That's the difference. So when acquiring soft skills, ensure that you've been able to do all that is needed for you to do, as whether you're a first degree, second degree, or third degree. So now there is the engineering role and the developers role, and the engineering roles and the developers roles are largely those roles that helps you to build. Whether you want to become a software engineer, you want to become a network engineer, if you decide that you want to go into the communications career path, then you can become a network engineer. If you decide that you want to go into the software path, you can become a software engineer. You can decide that you want to go into the data path, you can become a data engineer. You want to decide that you want to go into the security path, you can become a cybersecurity engineer. So the engineering role are usually the roles that helps to build, to bet things and to build things, not bet things, because you need innovation to be able to bet. So the engineering role. Then we have the architect role. The architect roles are those that they are largely those that are innovative enough to create several designs and different designs, combining multiple resources and multiple infrastructural resources for the purpose of building things. So we have that architect role. It is okay. Now let me just go further. We have the designers role. The designers roles are those that want to function in the product, in the creative technology fields. These are those that want to become product designers and all of that. Then we have the management role. The management roles are those that want to manage resources, they want to manage applications, they want to manage this. So we have like the IT managers, the data managers, the GRC, governance, risk and compliance. They are largely the management role. We have the infrastructure managers, project managers. They are all under the management role. So now, what in summary, what does this mean? For you to become a specialist, it is expected that you have practicability skill, ability to learn and apply that which you have learned. For you to become an analyst, it is expected that you have an analytical skill, for you to be able to analyze problems, for you to analyze causes to problems and find practical solutions to them by finding the cause. For you to be an engineer, you need critical thinking and problem solving things, because you need to build, and building in most cases would require you having to do things in a different way. So for you to become to function in the engineering or the development roles, you need what? You need to have critical thinking. You need to have critical thinking and problem solving. You need to have analytical, because you need to be able to analyze also. Then for you to be able to be an architect, whether it is a cybersecurity architect, software architect, blockchain architect, AI architect, whatsoever area of architecture you want to go in tech, you need to have creative intelligence, critical thinking and problem solving, and you also need to have analytical, and you also need to have practicability. Then for you to be a designer, what you need is creative intelligence, and you need practicability. Creative intelligence and practicability are what you need, are the soft skills you need to become an engineer. A designer. And for you to become a manager, you need problem solving, critical thinking and problem solving. You need leadership skills. You need communication skills. And to an extent, you need networking skills. So these are the 7 or 6 tech roles that exist in tech. Now, these are the things you need to know about before you pick up a career. Before you decide your roles, before you decide the domain you want to function, you're expected to have this knowledge. So this is what it means when they say know the industry. Have an idea of what the industry is all about. And this, I think, is part 1, because what we just did was to treat know the industry. And in part 2, we'll be looking at other things you need to know or other things you need to do to become a tech professional. Thank you for viewing this tech mentorship series. My name is Hanniel H. Jafaru, and I am the tech mentor. You know, fear of again.